Mixer's log number 43. I think I finally turned the corner with this mix. It passed the road test, better than passed. And it also sounded good through all my headphones, including the headphones that have multiple EQ settings, bass boost, and rock and other settings. I think it's finally getting there. There may be a few more minor tweaks to be made, but I've made the video for it, and I'm going to come back and listen to it again tomorrow in a few hours. But I think it's pretty much there. So I'm going to go ahead and bring up good old Air Windows meter. And I think it's peaking at around 13.6, minus 13.6 left centigrated, which, it's a little over. I try not to go over minus 14, but overall, I think I got it where I want it. The dynamics have been preserved to my satisfaction. However, I went with a different limiter, a tone boosters limiter, and I'll go over that and a couple other minor details. But first, I'll go ahead and play this through. If you've been kind of paying attention to Air Windows meter readings, check it out, see what's going on here, and then I'll commentate on that as well. Here we go.
Steady as she goes, the semblance of calm. Not wanting to trigger any alarms. By the light of a billion crayon suns, you smile with your eyes as you think with your guns. Pretending to need what is given to us, to believe that the summit of virtue is trust. Pretending to bleed when they're taking the piss. They'd lock you away. Could they only hear this?
Yeah, those three lines kind of running neck and neck. Like right there with, that's the sweet spot for me. That's where I find, if I can get that happening for a good part of the mix, that's when it tends to pass the road test. That's when it tends to pass through various headphones, through, laptop speakers. Still doesn't sound all that good through a cell phone speaker, but speaking of which, I realized I downloaded the Tone Boosters suite, which they made available for free, but I hadn't fully explored it. It's like 23 plugins, and one of them is Isone, which gives you all of these different simulated listening situations. It's quite impressive. I particularly like the neighbors. I'll go through a few of these. Flat panel TV, omnidirectional speaker, directional speaker, laptop, crappy speakers, public space. That's an interesting one. Public space. So I've got that at the end. That's a useful tool. Let me see. Oh yeah. So, sonority peaking up around 90. What was it? 93. Did it get up to 95 at one point during the bridge and the solos, keyboard, guitar solo? That's just the way it's going to be. But I will say that I got it to behave. I got those lines to behave pretty much the way I want for a good part of the song with real bus. It's a really valuable tool in conjunction with meter. At least it is for me in trying to get what I'm going after. And it turned out that the Swiss Legends preset did the trick. Okay? And I might have made a couple of tweaks. I think I enabled emphasis and I rolled it over to the low side. I might have tweaked spectrum. But Tone Booster's real bus. And I also used it on the main vocal. In addition to EZQ. EZQ and, okay, so first I'm going to talk about Tone Booster's Barricade. This is the limiter. Now, the last time I was using Maxwell Smart, and I had Maxwell Smart, I believe, at these settings. Threshold at minus 1.5, ceiling at minus 0.3. These settings here. Now, Tone Booster's Barricade, it has a ceiling. Now, I've got it set at minus 0.1. Maybe I should set it at minus 0.3. But instead of threshold, it has input gain, but they seem to essentially do the same thing. But this has adjustable look ahead, stereo link, multiband, noise shaping, dithering. And I thought that it sounded best with stereo link maxed and multiband maxed, and noise shaping, that's something that you can't really hear, but from what I've looked into, that's a good thing. And in terms of like overall loudness perception, they sound very similar, but the Tone Boosters just sounded better, a little bit more musical to me, and I can go ahead and like A/B them. What was like maybe right around where the bass kicks in. Where is that? Right around here. I can A/B them. So I'll start with Maxwell Smart, and then I'll just switch over to Tone Boosters Barricade.
Pretending to need what is given to us. Pretending to need what is given to us.
Can you hear the diff? I can. But maybe I should A/B them while just during playback.
Pretending to need what is given to us.
There's Maxwell. TB Barricade.
Of virtue is trust. Pretending to bleed when they're taking the piss. They'd lock you away.
To me, TB Barricade just has better stereo width presence, just a little bit more dimensionality to it. This does have stereo link. Maxwell Smart has stereo link, but not adjustable. And I just, yeah, Tone Boosters Barricade wins out. So, goodbye Maxwell Smart. And what else? Okay, getting onto the vocal track, another one that I until now I'd been using, so I use serial compression for vocals. I'll use, I've been using Tone Boosters compressor on the vocal compression preset. Of course, I tweak it. And okay, so I've got threshold at minus 27.5, which is supposed to be like around, I don't know, what is it? 10 to 12 dB below your peak, something like that. I forget what the rule of thumb is. Something like that, like 10 or 12 dB below your peak. And like you can see right here, let's just take it from this point, and if I bypass the effects rack, you can see that here's the main vocal. It's peaking around minus 14.7. I think it's going to go a little higher. Okay, 13.9. So it's peaking around minus 14, right? So I've got threshold at minus 28 roughly. So I don't know. It's in the neighborhood, but the other rule of thumb is, okay, let me just get this one started. The other rule of thumb is you kind of want it to kick over the knee during the louder part, during the louder phrases, right? You want it kind of hovering around the knee. And whoops. Oh, I got to turn the effects track back on. Okay. All right, so maybe the threshold is a little bit low, but it sounds. I think it's about right. It sounds fine. But so again, kind of like going through the Tone Boosters tools that I hadn't really looked into before, I noticed that there's this one, Evoke, which is it is a channel or a bus compressor. It can be used for it. It looks like the kind of thing that's tailored toward vocals, but because it has sibilance, it has a DC filter, like a rumble filter for DC, gate/rumble. I got everything switched on right now. There is a de-esser in the VX64 vocal strip, which is native cakewalk. But I don't know. I just switched everything on. It sounds good. But TB Evoke. Now, here's the thing. So in Evoke, I've got threshold at minus 27.5, ratio at 10, same. But look, I've got makeup gain at 12 in TB compressor. And in Evoke, makeup gain is 0. But check it out. I'll turn on Evoke. Amazing. Here's TB compressor. Quite similar, right? But this one just seems to, I don't know, have a little bit more presence and clarity to it without makeup gain. I'm not sure how that works or why it's working that way. Let me see. Knee is at 15. And let me see. Where's my knee here? Threshold makeup range. Attack, release. Where's my knee control in this one? Ratio 10. I'm no compressor expert, that's for sure. Ratio 10. This has got a separate knee. 15. Just how sharp it is. So that was set at what, 15? Yeah, I don't know. With compressors, I just play it by ear. And like I try to learn the rules of thumb. I try to keep those in mind, but mainly I just use my ears. And so Tone Boosters Evoke, I'm also going to explore it on other things besides vocals. But like, I'm pretty happy with it, I think. So, all right. Tone Boosters Evoke it is. I've got real bus on the voice. Using sort of USB mics that are on the cheap side, on the no brand, no name side. I mean, yeah, there's always like an edge to take off, right? And so I've got this on the soft and smooth preset. And of course the Easy Q. And I've got Air Window Slew 2, which controls extreme highs. Harsh digital brightness is just something that I don't like, and I'm always trying to tame it. So anyway, I think this is pretty much where I want it. Sounded really good in the car at both at low and high volume, and yeah. So I'm gonna. I'm pretty happy with the video. It's pretty creepy. It's this old sort of public school educational video footage from like the 1950s. sort of educating boys on how to spot sexual predators and how to deal with sexual predators. And I'm thinking of cutting in some footage from the same era, like on what to do in case of a nuclear attack by the Russians, of course. So, yeah, I'm going to wrap this up and go back to finishing up that video before I got a nap earlier, and I'm not close to sleeping anytime soon, but that could turn on a dime. So anyways, that's hopefully that's it for raging for a while, and I can take what I've learned from grappling with this mix and see how it applies to other mixes. It'll be nice to go back to some other mixes. But yeah, I just felt bound and determined to. This thing was just kicking my ass, and Isone. Check this out. So here's Average Joe, and here's Public Space. Okay, it's like a mall or something, or a sports stadium. I don't know. Public Space. The Neighbors. It's uncanny, isn't it? Yeah. I think that's how it should sound from The Neighbors, right? Large studio. Small studio. Small monitors. It's over there. Whatever that means. Interesting. Omnidirectional speaker. Directional speaker. Laptop. They don't have a smartphone setting, but let's see, home cinema. Anyway, it's interesting and perhaps useful. So, yeah, that's it for Mixer's Log number 43. And I think for Mixer's Log 44, I'm going to go back to my Tom Waits cover, Dirt in the Ground. Because in honor of 44 is an unlucky number in East Asia, because the Chinese character for death has the same pronunciation as the Chinese character for the number 4. In Korean, it's pronounced sa. 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 44. Death. Dirt in the ground. Okay, that's it from lovely, scenic Paju City, South Korea. Thank you for listening, and be well. Over and out.